KY3 News starts with breaking news.
And that breaking news tonight, the Kickapoo girls basketball team is riding a wave of emotions this evening. They won their Final Four game today to launch into the state finals, but that game for the state championship may not happen after a medical emergency on the other team. Here's KY3 Sports Director Mark Spillane with a look at what we know at this moment.
Paul, Kickapoo's win set the Lady Chiefs up to play Incarnate Word Academy in that state championship game tomorrow. But shortly after Incarnate's Word's semifinal win, the team's head coach Dan Rolfes suffered what we've been told is a heart attack. Incarnate Word posted this message right here on social media saying Rolfes suffered a medical emergency while leaving Mizzou Arena and that he's surrounded by family and receiving excellent care at a nearby medical facility. IWA says it will share more information when possible. As for what this means regarding tomorrow's state championship game, Misha Communications Director Jason West tells KY3's Danielle King in Columbia that for now, no changes have been made for tomorrow's championship game. When we know more, we will certainly pass that along. Paul?
All right.